All right, welcome to our final match of the week here for week 5, or final feature match at the very least. We got another teamer player here, hoping to run back the success of Nick earlier. We got our wise Papa Bear here, Jeremy, who's at 10 losses. So looking down potentially his last match here against very stiff competition. So we did say we had some heavy hitters tonight. We got Zach C, a former league winner and also the current player of the year, sitting at 16-6. So doing pretty well this league. I believe I heard he's playing a 5 color deck. So what's going on in his hand over there?
That does appear to be the case. We've got all 5 colors of
Look at that.
mana, um, along with a Sinkhole Surveyor, which is that 1 and a black 1/3 flyer that can endure when it attacks.
Yeah.
Then a bunch of lands up to Saigu Pummeler on 4 and a Sonic Shrieker on 5.
Okay. So I mean, we kind of get the idea of what Jeremy's deck's going to be doing based on the first couple turns here. Um, I'm pretty familiar with his deck.
Yes.
I did see him playing, have seen most of his matches here. He was on a Mardu deck before, and I think he's in the last few matches just cut to just Boros, and he was doing pretty well, 13-7 coming into the week. Though he started 1-3 this week, so he must win this match. Otherwise, it'll be his final one this league. But off to a nice start at the very least here. He's got a Lightfoot Technique also, and then if he gets up to 5 mana, he'll have a Wingmate Rock if that ever comes up. So he's got a you should have a pretty decent attack next turn with the Lightfoot Technique here. So Zach is
Yeah,
definitely
so
under
a bit
pressure.
punished here uh, for waiting
Oh yeah,
on this Piercing Exhale. Uh,
yeah.
so going to take a big hit this turn, but then has a 4/4 coming up.
Looks like the stream. Yeah, I saw the stream was stream lagged a little bit. Is Zach still deciding on his surveil here?
Yes,
Okay, I was just
I
making
believe
sure that
so.
the stream wasn't lagging again.
He's looking at a Unnerving Grasp, which is the
Okay.
bounce spell that Manifest Dread, and then a I don't know the full name, but it's Lotus Light Dancers, I believe.
All right.
The
So
3/6 lifelink.
yeah, that would be annoying. Definitely a 3/6 lifelinker. So Zach just has to measure what he can do in the meantime to make sure he doesn't get his life total too low here. So we still have the Wingmate Rock in hand, and also, uh, okay, yeah, we are lagging a bit here. Uh, so drawn for turn was an Ash Cloud Phoenix. So an Usher of the
Okay, the
Fallen also
morph,
in
right?
hand. Yeah, it does have morph. It is 6 to morph it. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
I
notably, there's no untapped land.
okay.
We have some tap lands, so aren't going to get down the Sonic Shrieker or Dancers this turn.
Yeah. So this is the
Um,
turn where Zach gets to breathe a bit because he didn't get attacked. So he says, okay, he doesn't have tricks. He doesn't have mana. I might be able to make it through the next couple turns and turn this around. Yeah. So anyone watching after the fact, I do apologize for the a couple of lags here that occurred, but we're
you want to
still in the
switch
game here.
to Zach? I think his has been pretty okay.
If it comes up again, yeah, probably, or maybe in between games.
Okay.
So what's Zach mulling over here for the turn?
He knows he's casting this Unnerving Grasp. That's his only play. He's thinking about what he wants. Um, he even seems to be considering bouncing his own Surveyor, but I think just opting to remove some pressure, maybe stress the white mana in Jeremy's hand, and then the the flip side of that 1/2 is the only thing that can attack past
Yep,
the
that'd be
or
it's
attack.
a 4/3 trample, I believe.
Yeah.
So pretty big size. Yeah, Unnerving Grasp, great card. I will say, I mean, there are a few of the like face down manifest morph cards that are just good, like this one, Under the Skin, Oblivious Bookworm. But a lot of the other morph cards just seem like just so slow to be super good in our league setting. But hopefully in the draft set, I've seen people do some pretty cool stuff with some of the face down. So when we do get to draft that Tarkir Forged,
Yeah.
but yeah, 3 mana for a 2/2. 10 years ago, okay. Today, not as much. I did have 1,000 Winds in my deck for a little bit, but I was also frequently just casting that as a 5/6 flyer for 6 because I didn't have too many heavy hitters. But yeah, Sonic Streak
I
is going to
also played
be
that
a bigger
for
problem.
for a couple for a couple games, and then it was just too slow for what my deck was doing.
Yeah, I think it's too
Yeah, I
slow
think
for
the
most decks, but yeah,
face down mechanic will be a bigger aspect of the uh, full Tarkir Forge drafts, but definitely was a challenge to kind of like bring that side of Khans of Tarkir over to a new uh, into like the modern age of limited.
yeah, because Manifest Dread and Disguise just sort of laugh at Morph a little bit. As far as the fact that they do so much more for with the same mechanic. But I did see some cool
Yes.
stuff being done in the drafts. I haven't seen yet like a full deck around it, but we got a couple more drafts left, so maybe somebody pulls it all together.
I think Chris R put together a uh, aggro
Oh, cool.
face down deck built around the pyrotechnic performer.
Oh, the red one. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one is
good.
yeah, that's pretty explosive. All right, so we got a 3/6 here. So the news keeps getting worse and worse for Jeremy while we're discussing all these other things. He's just playing small aggro creatures. I mean, this is sort of the downside of aggro, right? Like when it's going bad, it just feels like there's too much going on the opponent's side right now. Like with only 3 mana,
Yeah,
I don't know what it is Jeremy can draw that can give him a significant advantage. All of his creatures are tiny. Opponent's creatures are huge. He has lifelink.
and in hand for Zach, we've got a couple of pretty powerful 3 mana creatures: the
Cool.
Teamer Battlecrier, and then also the Flamehold Grappler.
Yeah.
So I need to do a little bit of. I don't think he's able to cast both because of the swamp, but
Yeah, that makes
we'll
sense.
pick up
Yeah, and I mean this is like the main thing, the main
some good
reason why
stuff with
people
the
stay.
stories.
Yeah, main reason why people stay away from aggro because you get into situations like this where you're just like, I mean, it feels kind of futile and like a little bit just looking at the board state and just thinking there's so many things I need to get rid of, but I don't have mana or the removal spells. But Jeremy's gonna stick it out as best he can here. He's drawn a rebellious strike, which still doesn't get through this 3/6.
No.
Yeah, 6 is beyond the magic number as far as toughness required here in this particular game state.
Sounds like really needs to get up to the uh, rock uh, wingmate rock mana. But
Yeah, even then there's a flyer and a
that
reach
might,
over there, so it's looking rough here. I expect he'll stick it out as long as he can, but I'm not sure exactly what in his deck is going to be able to push through all this. I mean, he's fighting the fight here. I guess he'll get something off the table with the rebellious strike here. Is there anything of note under the face down?
I didn't catch what
Yeah.
went under it, but I don't think so. I haven't seen it,
Okay.
like highlighted,
So
as far as I
probably
remember.
not a creature then.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
got a
Zach's
Narset's Rebuke and a Snakeskin Veil. and then the grappler.
Okay, so the news is kind of just getting worse here. Yeah, Zach is just—he's wondering like what gets me if I block with my 3/6. I guess an Aush's Exhale will do it. That'd be a card that might be getting played here. Turns out he's just going to get a card here. All right.
Zach, considering just thinking about playing the grappler, and then he would have enough mana to play the Narset's Rebuke.
I
I
mean,
think he's looking at the creatures on the other side
yeah,
and saying, "I don't care about them."
yeah, I'm good.
So,
He's at 12, which is like pretty healthy. I think he's okay to just sit
also
back
it
here, trying to end the
does
game.
look like there is a creature under the
Okay.
uh, Manifest Dread.
Guess we'll see at some point here. All right. So
See if he can flip it with this double Jeskai
yeah,
mana.
so this is let me just drop two things, make 6 mana. What to do with 6 mana is pass the turn. We got a Sun Pearl Kieran off the top here, so I mean, we see like just these a bevy of aggro creatures that aren't really able to do very much here. And here comes a Monument. That's going to make another large body. Yeah, this is the power 5 color. If you don't get run over, your cards are just going to be better than your opponents by a fair margin. All right. Yeah. Zach says it's time to end this game, more or less. Yeah, this forces a block, and then we got 10 damage coming through.
I think Zach is. Yeah, so another game one where we've seen someone stumble on mana and it has been, hard to come back from that.
Yeah, even if he was hitting his land drops, he just didn't have the interactive spell. So even if he did hit his lands, it's still like he just would be playing more small creatures. So like he wasn't really playing things that required answers, which is what the aggro deck needs to do here. And I mean, Jeremy, I mean, he's got his deck. I mean, he's got only 5 things in his deck that cost more than 3 mana. He just happened to draw 2 of them that game. So his curve is pretty low. He's got 7, 8, like 9 1-drop creatures.
Wow.
Yeah. He's got 3 Devotees, 2 Descendant of Storm, 2 Usher of the Fallen, Tarkir, Dune Shaper, and the Fleeting Effigy. He's got like
Well,
7
Zach
2-drops.
has
Yeah.
a lot of colors
Yeah.
and a lot of answers for small creatures. Honestly, he was main decking 2 Whale of War, which seemed to be pretty good, along with just a good bit of cheap, some cheap creatures, some like small removal like a Dragonfire,
Yeah.
some exhales.
Yeah, so this is probably his setup is probably would maybe probably change if he was facing like another 5-color deck. He might take away some of those cards and go for some more late game cards. But as it was, I mean, he didn't have any of them, but he's well set up against this type of deck. Even if Jeremy does have a more aggressive start. I mean, he had a pretty aggressive start, just playing stuff for the first few turns, but then just sputtered out fairly quickly, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, Zach's curve is honestly fairly low. He has some excellent top end, but the majority of his deck is seems to be built around finding it and surviving to that moment.
I mean, that's what you got to do. Each of them know their role in this matchup. I don't think there was any changes made by Jeremy. Did Zach change anything? Sounded like he was pretty well set up against this type of deck anyway.
I think he might have brought in another red removal spell. He was
That
looking at
makes sense.
Arc Lightning. I didn't
Oh,
see if it
geez, yeah.
hit it in, but that's another card that just absolutely dunks on
Yeah,
Jeremy's
let's
deck.
drop two creatures, potentially even three. Uh, if Zach draws Arc Lightning in this game, I think he'll be very pleased.
Yeah, so needed to take a mulligan, one lander, so
Okay. Yeah, Jeremy
has a
also
Whale of
mulliganed here.
War.
Oh, the Whale of War is going to be an absolute horror show here. Jeremy's got 3/1 toughness creatures here.
Oh no.
He's got another Usher of the Fallen, and he's got a Furious Forebear, and he also has a Mardu devotee. So those are the only two lands. He's drawn a War Effort for turn, but he's going to go looking for some more lands here, and he's also going to get to deploy his Usher as well, thanks to the devotee. So I think 4 drop goes in
Does
the graveyard, and land goes on top. Or he might want to keep the 4 drop, which is the Way Speaker Bodyguard. He definitely wants the mountain, though. Okay. He did keep the 4 drop, even though he does not have the 4th land. You see the power of the devotee here, just being able to fix for white. So does Zach have an untapped land next turn to destroy
Yeah, I've got
the
bad
entire?
news.
Oh yeah, okay.
I've got bad news for the Bears.
Yeah,
We've played 2/2s, not 2/1s. Um,
yeah. Jeremy's like chugging along. He's like, yeah, playing my creatures. I got 4 creatures out on turn 3, but not to be. Everything comes apart, and we got 2 4
that
drops in
is
hand for Jeremy. He's in the untapped land waiting room now.
yeah. So Zach picked up another Whale of War just in case
Okay,
Jeremy rebuilds.
well, we got a target for it here with the Bearer of Glory that's coming down. Yeah.
The other two cards of note are a Narset's Rebuke and a Flamehold Grappler. So
Is Zach in the market to just 1-for-1 here with the Whale of War? We'll see. Probably not.
seems like he could just untap and either kill it with Rebuke plus play Grappler, or just play Grappler for the value.
Does he have? Okay, he will have a blue next turn. Okay, just checking his
Yeah,
lands there. Looks like he's good to go. Yeah, there's
but
just
he
so
is
many
at
lands in the
13,
set.
which yeah,
You even put lands in the Tarkir Reforged too. So
I put more in. So gotta get those MH3 fetches in
oh
there.
yeah. So it's like basically, I mean, not everybody's pool is gonna have the cards to dictate that they should play 4 or 5 colors, but basically nobody is gonna like anybody that builds 4 or 5 colors is gonna have like a pristine mana base. So it might not always be
Yeah,
correct based on their cards, but nobody could say like, oh yeah, your mana base is awful. Like everybody's like everybody's gonna have enough lands. So
yeah. Notably, the Tarkir Reforged set was finalized before we knew how the Dragonstorm was going to play out.
yeah,
So
that's very fair. It's very fair. You got to plan in advance, just like Wizards of the Coast. Don't they design like sets like 2 years plus before we get to play with them? I believe that's
yeah,
how it goes. So league committee is doing similar things, possibly. All right. Well, he gets to pick any of his 5 creatures that are in the graveyard here to get back to hand.
oh no, oh no,
What's next here?
it gets worse.
Uh-oh.
Sage of the Skies.
Oh, with the Narset's Rebuke? Well, that's just filth. That's just that is I mean, we don't like to say game over, but I mean it's as close as it could be. It's just the hopeless feeling
uh,
is beginning to sink in if it didn't sink in when Zach wiped his board on turn 3.
Maybe Jeremy's splashing a Death Begets Life. I think that
Oh,
would be
I think it's just death begets death here, sadly.
yeah. And Zach making sure he goes above 20 life
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
extra rubbins.
Here's an Ash Cloud Phoenix, but yeah, that just gets zapped by this Dragonfire. All right, well, he'll play it. I mean, he's got to play his cards as they show up, but yeah, he's gonna go to one here. Looks like. Oh sure, why not? That's a fun rare. Yeah, so destroy that attack. Yeah. So I mean, he fought valiantly. He fought the aggro fight basically throughout the whole league. His pool dictated that. So we're seeing again the power of the five color here versus aggro. Just yeah, just so many powerful cards between these sets. So sadly, this is going
And
to
so much
bring,
removal.
yeah,
Yeah.
removal, and the whales of war were just absolutely devastating there. So congratulations to Zach C getting win number 17, continuing to climb up the standings. And that will bring our week 5 feature matches to an end. So thanks for watching.